Darth Theorist, rise. What if Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader weren't the same person? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. The war rages across 1,000 worlds, forcing the Jedi along with the clones to face off against the separatists in the droid army. On Ryloth, Anakin Skywalker's blue lightsaber hums through the smoke-filled air of the planet as clone troopers advance behind him. They push through the remaining droid forces in this sector and finish them off. The battle soon ends with another victory for the Republic, another headline for the HoloNet. But on Kamino, in a facility that doesn't appear on any official records, their attention is on something else. Palpatine stands behind reinforced transparisteel, watching technicians work on Project Shadow. The sterile white chamber hums with medical equipment and cloning tanks. In the center tank floats a figure that looks exactly like Anakin Skywalker, but something feels wrong about it. The face is too peaceful, too empty.
Chancellor, Subject V01 responds perfectly to conditioning protocols. The training sequences have integrated flawlessly with the genetic template.
And the obedience programming?
Absolute. Unlike natural-born subjects, this clone shows no resistance to direct commands, no emotional interference.
Excellent. Begin the final phase.
Some months later, reports start filtering through intelligence networks. A figure in dark armor appears across the galaxy, eliminating specific targets with surgical precision. On Sereno, Count Dooku reviews holographic footage from his spy network. The assassin moves with deadly efficiency, but something troubles him about these unauthorized killings. Dooku activates his private communication array and contacts his master.
Master, my intelligence networks report a Republic assassin operating without separatist knowledge. These killings could disrupt our carefully orchestrated war.
The Republic has many covert operations, my apprentice. Your concern is noted, but unnecessary.
Master, this assassin uses a lightsaber. Surely you must know.
Focus on your assigned targets, Count. The Outer Rim campaigns require your immediate attention.
The transmission ends abruptly. Dooku stares at the empty holoprojector, his aristocratic features hardened with suspicion. In decades of serving Sidious, his master has never dismissed intelligence so carelessly.
What operation requires such secrecy that even I cannot know of it?
He begins his own investigation, pulling strings throughout his spy network. The pattern that emerges disturbs him. The assassin targets Republic intelligence officers, government investigators, separatist informants, and anyone who digs too deep into classified Senate funding. Someone is protecting secrets that go far beyond the war itself. General Grievous enters the chamber, his mechanical breathing echoing off the stone walls.
Count Dooku! 3 more Republic officers eliminated. All were investigating the same classified Kamino and funding records. All were killed the same way.
Interesting. Someone fears what those records might reveal.
Shall I direct our spies to investigate Kamino's operations?
Yes, but maintain absolute secrecy, even from our usual channels.
Meanwhile, in the depths of Coruscant's underworld, Darth Maul moves through the shadows of his criminal empire. The Shadow Collective operates from forgotten maintenance tunnels, where information flows like currency. Savage Opress approaches through the dim corridor, his massive frame tense with anger.
Brother, we've lost another contact. Gracchus the Hutt was eliminated on Nal Hutta.
Maul's yellow eyes narrow. Gracchus controlled information networks across 3 systems. Networks that fed intelligence to the Shadow Collective.
How? A professional hit. No witnesses left alive. But the few security recordings we recovered show something interesting.
He activates a holographic display, showing grainy footage of a figure in dark armor moving through Gracchus' palace.
Lightsaber-wielding assassin. Same as the others.
Maul studies the footage. Over the past several months, 12 of his most valuable information brokers have been eliminated. All possessed dirt on high-ranking public officials. All were killed by someone with a lightsaber. The first thought would be a Jedi, but something feels off. Though he fights as well as any knight, the assassin never once uses the Force to support him.
Someone knows we're alive. Someone knows what information we possess.
The timing suggests Republic involvement.
Not just the Republic. Someone who understands the value of information control. Someone who knows exactly which targets to eliminate.
The pattern becomes clear. Every dead contact had one thing in common. They possessed information that could expose corruption within the highest levels of Republic government. Someone is systematically cutting off Maul's intelligence networks. Maul contacts Zinton Maj, his Black Sun lieutenant.
Zitin, I want full surveillance on all remaining high-value contacts. This assassin will strike again.
Already in motion, Lord Mar. But our sources are terrified. Half won't even take meetings anymore.
Then force the assassin to reveal himself.
Time passes. Both investigations yield disturbing results. Dooku's spies uncover classified funding records showing massive Republic expenditures on Kamino beyond the regular Clone Army program. Project Shadow exists in the files, but all technical details are classified above his clearance level. When he tries to access more information, security protocols block him. Protocols that recognize his biometric signature and deny access.
I'm being locked out of Republic intelligence. By whom?
He reviews the security logs. The access restrictions came directly from the Chancellor's office. His own master is actively hiding this project from him.
A replacement. He's creating a replacement.
On Coruscant, Maul receives the intelligence he's been waiting for. Zinton Maj transmits footage from multiple sources, crime scenes across the galaxy where the assassins struck.
We cross-reference the fighting styles with our database. The assassin's techniques match someone specific.
Who?
Anakin Skywalker. But that's impossible. Several attacks happened while Skywalker was leading Republic forces on other worlds.
Maul stares at the footage. The movements are identical to what his criminal contacts have observed in Republic news feeds of Skywalker's battles, but the timing makes no sense.
Either Skywalker has learned to be in multiple places simultaneously, or someone has replicated his abilities.
Cloning technology.
Someone with access to Jedi genetic material and unlimited resources. Someone who needs to eliminate threats to his secret identity.
The answer crystallizes in his mind. Only one person has that power, resources, and motivation to create such a weapon while maintaining absolute secrecy.
Sidious. He knows we're alive, and he's cleaning house.
Meanwhile, Dooku's investigation into Project Shadow takes him deeper into the Republic intelligence than he's ever ventured. His aristocratic connections and separatist spy network open doors that would remain closed to others, but even he struggles to penetrate the layers of classification surrounding the Kaminoan project. In his private study on Sereno, Dooku reviews financial records that paint a disturbing picture. Shell companies, redirected military funds, classified medical research, all pointing towards something far beyond simple clone enhancement programs. Dooku contacts Kaminoan Prime Minister Lama Su directly for a private business meeting.
Prime Minister, I require clarification on certain Republic contracts. As a separatist leader, I must understand what military assets we face.
Count Dooku, many Republic projects fall beyond our disclosure agreements. I cannot provide those details.
Even projects involving Jedi genetic material?
The silence that follows tells him everything. Lama Su terminates the transmission abruptly.
Jedi genetic material. But which Jedi?
He sends his most trusted operative, a Republic senator, on his payroll to investigate the funding records more deeply. Within days, he has his answer. Genetic samples were collected from Anakin Skywalker during routine medical examinations and transferred to a classified Kaminoan facility. Meanwhile, Maul pursues his own investigation through the criminal underworld. His approach is more direct and considerably more violent. Maul stands in the detention cell of a Black Sun's private facility, where a corrupt Republic Treasury official hangs in electromagnetic restraints. The man's face is bruised, and his expensive robes are torn.
I told you everything. The funding goes to Kamino. That's all I know. You oversee biomedical appropriations. You know more than funding routes. There's a special project, Subject V01. They needed genetic samples from someone called Anakin Skywalker.
Maul's eyes widen. He releases the official and contacts Savage immediately. Within hours, Savage transmits his findings. When Maul compares footage of Anakin Skywalker and Republic news feeds with surveillance of their mystery assassin, the truth becomes undeniable. The fighting styles aren't just similar, they're identical.
Sidious cloned Skywalker.
Then why can't we feel his presence through the Force?
Because the Kaminoans can copy flesh, not spirit. Whatever Sidious built, it's a body with no voice in the Force. A weapon that mimics power.
A puppet that thinks it's alive.
Exactly. And puppets always reach for their strings.
Mind's Maul raced. If Vader hunted those who knew Sidious's secrets, then perhaps it could be drawn out by the promise of more, Rumors spread easily in the underworld, especially those that whispered of Sith relics and forbidden alchemy said to awaken dormant force potential. They claim that Maul has recovered a cache of them and is moving them to one of his warehouses.
If the clone hunts in Sidious's name, he'll come for any rumor of Sith relics. Let him.
On Sereno, Count Dooku reviews intercepted Kamino research logs. The entries describe Subject V-01, a clone of Anakin Skywalker exhibiting full motor coordination, tactical reasoning, and combat instinct, but no measurable midichlorian activity.
A soldier carved from a Jedi. Strong, obedient, but blind to the Force. Typical of Sidious's arrogance.
You're certain he'll come?
Creatures born empty always chase what they lack.
Metallic footsteps echo through the dust.
And what do you lack, Dathomirian?
The armored figure steps into view. Tall, expressionless, his lightsaber already drawn.
Only a challenge.
The blades ignite. Red light floods the temple. Vader attacks with flawless precision. Every strike efficient, every motion eerily familiar. He doesn't fight like a man, he fights like a machine. It is all of Skywalker's technique, but none of his spirit, none of his fire. Maul meets his blows with honed fury, while Savage hammers forward with brute strength. Yet Vader neither tires nor hesitates. Each swing lands with mechanical exactness, exploiting openings the moment they appear.
He's read every move.
He is Skywalker's shadow.
Sparks shower as Vader feints low, slashes through Savage's pike, and drives a kick into his chest that cracks bone. Maul darts in with a spinning strike, but Vader twists, disarming him and knocking him backward. The ground trembles as a third blade ignites.
So the experiment is real.
My orders are to eliminate all unauthorized observers.
Dooku joins the fray, his curved blade weaving elegant arcs, but even he falters under Vader's relentless rhythm. The clone parries Dooku's every flourish, adapting faster with each exchange. It's as if Anakin's combat memory is playing at double speed.
No force, no emotion, only programming.
Sidious has perfected obedience.
In a final surge, Vader disables both opponents. Maul's saber sent skittering across the floor. Dooku hit against the wall, but instead of finishing them, Vader's attention turns to the ancient Sith holocron glowing on the temple's altar. His hollow eyes fix on the artifact with desperate hunger.
Force sensitivity can be acquired.
He lunges for the holocron, grasping it with both hands. Dark energy immediately crackles around him as the artifact grants temporary force abilities. Lightning dances across his armor.
The fool doesn't realize the power will burn him out.
Enjoy your borrowed strength, abomination. But remember, only Anakin possesses what you truly need.
Skywalker.
Yes, the boy. You're nothing without his powers.
Both take this chance to flee while Vader is distracted, but their words have found their mark. The clone now has temporary power and a burning obsession with claiming what his original possesses. Once safely away from the temple, Dooku and Maul catch their breath in a hidden cave.
The clone now hunts Skywalker.
But he'll kill Anakin and drain his essence. He will be unstoppable. We need Skywalker alive to help us destroy both the clone and Sidious.
Subject V-01 was always flawed. The holocron's power will make him unstoppable, but also more dangerous.
They share their intelligence. Dooku's financial records and Maul's criminal contacts create a complete picture. But now they're racing against time. Their plan forms quickly. Dooku will approach Anakin directly. His former Jedi status provides diplomatic immunity for prisoner exchanges. Maul will provide supporting evidence through his criminal networks. The opportunity comes during a prison exchange on Christophsis. Dooku formally requests a ceasefire negotiation, using diplomatic protocols that the Jedi Council cannot refuse without appearing unreasonable. Anakin attends the meeting with Obi-Wan, observing from a distance when Dooku pulls him aside.
Anakin, what I'm about to tell you will sound impossible, but you're in great danger.
From you?
From someone wearing your face.
Dooku shows Anakin the surveillance footage on a small holoprojector. The young Jedi's expression shifts from skepticism to outright disbelief as he watches himself commit murders he never committed.
This could be doctored footage. Why should I trust anything you show me?
Because you're not foolish enough to dismiss evidence without investigation.
Evidence from a Sith Lord who's tried to kill me multiple times?
I understand your skepticism, but consider this. What would I gain by lying to you about this particular matter?
These locations. I was never on these worlds.
Precisely. Yet someone wearing your face was.
Even if this footage is real, how do I know you're not behind it? Maybe you found some way to...
To create a perfect duplicate of a Jedi Knight. with your exact force abilities and fighting style. I lack such resources,
I need more than your word and some surveillance footage.
which is why I suggest you contact me privately when you return to Coruscant. I have additional resources. Someone who can provide testimony you'll find difficult to dismiss.
What kind of sources?
The kind that traffic in information others prefer to keep buried. Meet me via encrypted channel in 3 days. Frequency 847.3, encryption code Sereno 7.
This could be a trap.
Anakin, if I wanted to harm you, I wouldn't need elaborate schemes involving fictional clones. Consider what I'm risking by even approaching you with this.
3 days later, Anakin sits alone in an abandoned maintenance tunnel deep beneath the Jedi Temple. He's activated multiple signal scramblers and chosen a location where no one would think to look for him.
This is... whoever I am. You said you had additional sources.
Indeed, someone who's been tracking this assassination through criminal networks. His information corroborates everything I've shown you.
Skywalker. Maul. Turns out our reports were correct. You're alive. Death was greatly exaggerated. Listen carefully, young Jedi. My criminal contacts have been systematically eliminated by your duplicate.
Maul transmits detailed files, crime scene analysis, witness testimonies, financial records linking the assassinations to Republic Black Ops funding. Anakin reviews the data, cross-referencing it with his own mission records. The evidence is overwhelming. He was leading Republic forces on other worlds during every assassination.
Someone's using my face to commit murder.
Someone with access to your genetic material and the resources to create a perfect duplicate.
The question is, who has such access and motivation?
Anakin doesn't want to voice the answer forming in his mind, but the evidence points in one direction. Someone who's had regular access to his medical records. Someone with unlimited Republic resources.
The Chancellor has access to all Jedi medical files.
And the authority to authorize classified projects on Kamino.
Your mentor has been cleaning house, eliminating anyone who might expose his secrets. Chancellor Palpatine wouldn't what? Order assassinations, manipulate a war, create clone assassins.
The weight of evidence becomes undeniable. Anakin ends the transmission and returns to his quarters, deeply troubled. He begins his own investigation, accessing his medical records through Jedi archives. What he finds disturbs him. Genetic samples were routinely collected during health examinations and classified for Republic medical research. When he tries to access details about that research, security protocols block him. The next day, during a mission briefing in the Jedi Council chambers, Obi-Wan notices Anakin's distracted behavior.
You seem troubled, Anakin. The war is demanding, but...
I'm fine, Master. Just tired.
But he's not fine. Through the Force, Anakin begins sensing something he can't explain. A dark echo of himself somewhere in the galaxy. A presence that feels familiar, yet fundamentally wrong. Anakin sits across from Chancellor Palpatine in the executive office, trying to appear casual while his mind races with questions. The evidence from Dooku and Maul weighs heavily on him, but he needs to test Palpatine's reactions without revealing what he knows.
Chancellor, I've been wondering about the medical examinations we Jedi undergo. What happens to the genetic samples that are collected?
Standard medical research, my boy. The Republic's biomedical divisions study Force-sensitive physiology to better understand how to treat Jedi injuries.
Are there any special projects? Anything involving cloning research?
Cloning research is handled by the Kaminoans for our clone army. Why this sudden interest in medical protocols?
Just curious. With the war dragging on, I wondered if there was any way to enhance our capabilities.
Enhancement comes through training and dedication, Anakin, not through artificial means.
Later that evening, Palpatine stands alone in his private chamber, staring out at Coruscant's skyline. His expression has shed all pretense of warmth.
So, the boy knows something.
He activates a secure holographic communicator. The blue form of Vader materializes kneeling in the transmission field.
Change of plans. Anakin Skywalker has become problematic. Begin Phase 3 immediately.
What are my orders, Master?
Make him a fugitive. Target Jedi Knights during times when Skywalker is alone or unaccounted for. Let the evidence speak for itself.
Understood.
Within days, the Republic's most horrific nightmare begins. The Jedi Knights start dying across the galaxy, not in battle, but in cold blood. Security footage from multiple worlds shows the same impossible sight. Anakin Skywalker murdering his fellow Jedi with ruthless efficiency. The first killing happens on Milostair, while Anakin is supposedly on a solo reconnaissance mission. Security cameras in the Jedi safe house capture Anakin igniting his saber and cutting down 3 Jedi Knights who try to surrender. The second occurs on Ryloth during Anakin's overnight leave. Surveillance footage shows him infiltrating a medical facility and executing 2 Jedi healers who were treating civilian casualties. In the Jedi Council chambers, the evidence mounts like a funeral pyre.
The footage is irrefutable. Anakin's fighting style, his physical appearance, even his lightsaber energy signature.
There must be another explanation. Anakin would never...
Difficult to accept this is, but deny the evidence we cannot.
5 Jedi dead, all by someone who appears to be Anakin Skywalker.
Meanwhile, Palpatine works behind the scenes with surgical precision. In Senate committee meetings, he plants seeds of doubt about Anakin's psychological stability.
The war has been so demanding on young Skywalker. I've noticed troubling signs of stress, perhaps even instability.
Surely the Jedi Council would address such concerns.
One hopes, but pride can blind even the wisest among us.
The rumors spread through the Senate corridors like wildfire. Whispers of the unstable Jedi who might crack under pressure reach every political circle on Coruscant. But Dooku and Maul have been tracking Vader's movement through their separate intelligence networks. When the frame job begins, they immediately recognize what's happening. In an abandoned factory on Coruscant's lower levels, the 3 unlikely allies meet in secret. Dooku projects holographic footage showing Vader departing from attack sites moments before Republic forces arrive.
This is how he's framing you. Your clone strikes during your scheduled alone time, then disappears before anyone can verify your location.
The timing is too precise to be coincidental. Someone with access to your mission schedules is coordinating these attacks.
Palpatine. He has access to all Jedi deployment information.
Their meeting is interrupted when Maul's sensors detect incoming signals.
We're about to have company.
The doors to the facility explode inward, molten metal spraying as Vader strides through the smoke, crimson blade igniting with a guttural hiss. Anakin, Maul, and Dooku turn to face him, 3 masters against a weapon built from one of them. Vader strikes first, his movements terrifyingly precise. Each swing lands with mechanical force, driving Anakin backward as sparks scatter off colliding sabers. Maul dives in with acrobatic fury, his dual blades flashing red arcs, but Vader blocks without pause, sending him crashing into a console. Dooku counters next, his elegance meeting cold efficiency and losing ground. The clash shakes the factory, power conduits bursting, alarms blaring, realizing the fight's purpose.
He's not after us. He's erasing the data.
As fire engulfs the machinery, the trio barely escape through the collapsing corridors while Vader methodically destroys every terminal, his silhouette framed against the burning wreckage.
He knew exactly where to find us. Someone's monitoring our communications.
Which means our evidence is compromised.
But they've saved enough data to prove the conspiracy. Vader's attacks actually confirms their suspicion. Why destroy evidence unless that evidence was dangerous to someone? In a secure Senate building basement, Anakin makes a decision that will change everything.
We need insurance. Someone has to know the truth in case we don't survive this.
Anakin secretly contacts Padme, entrusting her with encrypted data revealing a project cloning Jedi and framing him for murder. He warns her to take it to the Council if he disappears. Meanwhile, Anakin, Dooku, and Maul plan to expose the truth to both the Jedi Council and Senate, unaware that Palpatine orchestrated everything to manipulate their alliance and ensure tomorrow's events unfold exactly as he intends. Hours later, as Anakin reviews the evidence they managed to save, his comlink crackles with an encrypted message.
Skywalker, we have a problem. The clone isn't just hunting you for revenge.
What do you mean?
The Sith holocron he stole on Malachor. Our contacts report he's been studying it obsessively. Ancient texts about force transference.
He intends to drain your force essence permanently. The holocron's power was temporary, but your abilities could make him complete.
He wants to steal my connection to the Force?
Tonight, our sources tracked him to Coruscant. He's coming for you. When he arrives, he'll be more dangerous than ever.
The holocron has made him unstable, but also more powerful. We cannot face him separately.
Then we face him together. All 3 of us.
There's only one place where this can end. Palpatine's secret chamber beneath the Senate. If we're going to expose the truth, we need to confront both Master and Servant.
The chamber contains ancient Sith artifacts. If Vader attempts the draining ritual there, we might be able to turn his own weapon against him.
Then that's where we'll make our stand.
As night falls over Coruscant, the 3 unlikely allies make their way through maintenance tunnels towards the government district. The storm that has been brewing all day finally breaks, rain lashing the city's upper levels while they move through the shadows below. Anakin contacts Padme, telling her to release everything if they don't contact her by dawn. The galaxy needs to know the truth. They emerge in the sub-basement of the Senate building, where ancient passages lead to chambers that don't appear on any official blueprints. The air grows heavy with the dark side of the Force as they descend deeper.
He's already here. I can feel the holocron's corruption.
As can I. The artifact's power is overwhelming his clone physiology.
They reach the entrance to Palpatine's hidden Sith sanctuary. Through the partially open doors, they can see the Chancellor waiting calmly in the center of the chamber, surrounded by ancient, dark side artifacts.
Ready?
Right on schedule. Did you think I didn't orchestrate your entire investigation?
You knew we'd find each other.
I needed you to embrace pragmatism, my boy. Allying with Sith Lords, operating in secret. You've already become what I require.
The clone was never meant to replace Anakin. It was meant to corrupt him.
The chamber doors explode inward. Vader strides through the debris, the stolen holocron pulsing with dark energy at his belt. His movements are erratic, the artifact's power destabilizing him.
At last, I will drain your essence and become complete.
Vader ignites his lightsaber and attacks, enhanced by the holocron. He moves faster than any of them anticipated. His first strike sends Maul flying into the chamber wall, cracking ancient stone. Dooku parries desperately, but Vader's mechanical precision combined with dark side enhancement overwhelms even his masterful technique. The clone's blade carves through centuries-old artifacts like they're paper.
You're not me. You're just a shadow.
I am what you should have been.
Their lightsabers clash in a shower of sparks, but something's wrong. Anakin can feel his strength ebbing. Dark tendrils of energy flow through his hands toward Vader as the holocron begins its work.
He's draining me. I can feel my connection to the Force slipping away.
Maul rejoins the fight, but Vader catches his strike and delivers a bone-crushing kick that sends him sprawling again. The clone's power is growing with each passing second.
The holocron's feeding off the chamber's artifacts. It's amplifying everything.
Vader forces Anakin to his knees, one hand on his throat while dark energy flows between them. Ancient Sith statues begin to glow as the ritual intensifies.
Soon I will be complete, and you will be nothing.
Beautiful. The perfect fusion of power and obedience.
But in that moment of triumph, Maul spots their opportunity.
The flow. It's connected to all the artifacts. If we overload this system...
We turn the chamber itself against them.
Working together, the three allies gather what little strength remains. The chamber trembles violently as Palpatine's lightning rains down in torrents, tearing through the air and hurling debris like shrapnel. Vader charges through the storm, his crimson blade hammering against Anakin's guard again and again, driving him to his knees. Maul, half blind from the glare, intercepts the next strike meant for Anakin, his teeth bared in defiance. Dooku, burned and staggering, thrusts out a trembling hand, his lightning arcing not at Sidious, but into the glowing conduits carved into the floor. The runes flare to life.
Now!
Anakin and Maul follow his lead, channeling everything they have into the pulsing nexus. The chamber's symbols blaze brighter, crimson shifting to blinding white. The current begins to twist, first subtly, then violently.
You think you can turn my power against me?
But it's already happening. The holocron screams, pulling energy from every artifact at once. Vader tries to sever the conduits, but his armor locks under the backlash.
Keep pushing. Don't let go.
Their combined fury floods the network, the Force itself recoiling as the holocron implodes, consuming master, apprentice, and relics in a storm of collapsing light.
No, this power is mine.
The chamber erupts in chaos. Artifacts explode in sequences as massive amounts of Force energy cascade through the room. The holocron cracks, then begins pulling power from the strongest dark-side presence, Palpatine himself.
You've destabilized everything.
Vader's artificial form can't handle the feedback. He screams as the stolen power turns against him, his clone physiology breaking down. He collapses, the light fading from his eyes. The holocron explodes with the force of a small sun. When the light fades, both Vader and Palpatine lie dead among the shattered remains of the ancient chamber.
It's over.
Dawn rises over Coruscant's skyline, the first true sunrise after years of shadow. Across the HoloNet, Padme releases the encrypted recordings in Kamino files, the truth no longer buried. The Senate falls silent, armies standing down. For the first time, the clone troopers remove their helmets by choice, no longer bound by commands written into their blood. Anakin returns to a rebuilding Jedi Order, not as a soldier or chosen one, but as a man who finally understands balance. Dooku vanishes into the Outer Rim, seeking redemption through purpose rather than power, while Maul drifts into legend.
the ghost of vengeance finally at peace. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you'd like to join us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.